Dearly beloved, I am gathered here today to quickly show you the marvel that is the interface of the Rockruepel COMP.TWO by Process.audio, a phenomenal company. Here we go. This is a faithful software version of the hardware unit that I have in my rack, made by Rockruepel in Germany. It's quite a rare unit. It sounds bananas. Let me show you first the controls that are common to the software and the hardware. Input and output. You got it. Threshold. You notice that there's no ratio control because it's a vari-mu. Attack and release. This is important because this is a modern vari-mu and the designer really insisted on being able to use this vari-mu tone but with 21st century level of control. This attack can be as fast as in 1176 or as slow as a Fairchild, you choose, and you have attack and release separate. Also from the hardware, you have the sidechain control, flat, which is self-explanatory, and then 4 levels of high pass on the sidechain. The idea here is that you tell the compressor, please ignore anything below this frequency, but you're familiar with that. Also from the hardware, a switch between compressor and amp only. What this does, in compressor, it compresses. Amp only, it bypasses the compression circuit, but lets you have the tone of the unit, which is pretty awesome. Now, let me show you the stuff we added to make this a badass plugin. First, a mix knob, so you can do parallel compression right there. Then, a transfo on-off. What's that? That allows you to turn the transformer emulation on and off. So essentially, you can have the compressor with the exact faithful sound, including the transformers, or you can turn the transformers off, gaining a little bit of that bottom because transformers lop off the bottom. And it also works in amp only. So in amp only, you can be with transformer on and transformer off. I strongly urge you to listen to that stuff. It sounds bananas. We can use it in mono, dual mono, or mid-side. Mid-side is a nice addition here. Another thing that works great with amp only, especially with transfo on, is this. If you click this, as you raise your input, the output lowers automatically. That allows you to listen to more saturation, more of the tone, but with constant gain without having to adjust all the time. Pretty cool. We also added a fierce visualizer so you can know what's going on. You can get to it by clicking the visualizer button. I'm going to raise the threshold so you see what's going on. I muted the track so I can speak over the music. Here you go. In gray, the input. In yellow, the gain reduction. And in blue, the output. Pretty self-explanatory. That's a good way to know what you're doing and what's going on. Like all self-respecting Process.audio plugins, we have a console remote option. If you click console up here, you now see every other Rockruepel in the session. As you can see here, I have a kick, a snare, and an overhead. Now, in a mixing situation, if I wanted to adjust the kick, for example, I would click here and it would switch to the kick and then come back to the bass. But with Process.audio plugins, you can just use the console remote. So for example, my kick is right here and I'm able to control the kick right here or the snare while I'm listening to the bass. So I can adjust all together very quickly. If I want one more level of control, I can click this button right here, and this will bring the kick plugin into this interface right here, do my adjustments, unclick, and I'm back controlling the bass. It's nice. One more thing. Those of you in the know may have noticed that these meters don't look exactly like the hardware meters. That's because you have control. You can have the brand, or you can have Hilde. Hilde is the original protagonist, or you can have Wolfgang. That's it. And this, my friends, completes our quick run through the Rockruepel COMP